Hey guys, so today we're going to solve more equations, and what's going to happen is some things are going to happen that we've not seen before, and it may look a little bit weird and a little bit different, but we just need to know what it means and how we can answer the questions because we know what it means. So I'm just going to start with an example right away, just so you guys, and we'll see what happens with this example. Just so you guys know, though, I'm going to solve pretty quickly, not go through every single little detail. If you need those details, I suggest going back and watching another video on solving equations with variables on two sides to get all the details on how to solve these equations. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do when I see these minus signs, so we're going to change those to plus negative. And now I'm going to simplify by just using the distributive property. So I have 3 times 6 plus 3 times negative 4x. So I get 18 plus negative 12x on the left, and that is simplified. Can't do anything else with that. I'm just going to leave it. And now I'm going to simplify on the right, same thing, because I see those parentheses. So it's negative 2 times 6x plus negative 2 times negative 9. And I get negative 12x plus negative times negative is positive 18. So my two sides are now simplified. And if you've watched my previous videos or you sat in class, you know that I like to move the smaller variable over to where the bigger variable is. And in order to do that, but if I look at this, they're exactly the same. What do? Well, let's just go ahead and do the plus 12x on both sides anyway, because it doesn't matter. They cancel out on the left, they make 0, but they also cancel out on the right. They also make 0 here. What? That'll happen sometimes. You'll be in the middle of solving it, and all of a sudden all your variables are gone. Well, what I end up getting is 18 equal to 18. And when I look at this, I realize that this is a true numerical statement. That's true. 18 equals 18. That means no matter what I pick for x, because the x's went away, it doesn't matter what I chose for x, this equation will always work no matter what. It'll always be true no matter what. So we don't say always true, though. We want to know, well, what's the solution, though? What is the value of x? What can we use for x? Well, since anything will work, we'll say there are infinitely many solutions. Okay? Because anything will work, we'll say it's infinitely many solutions. That would be our final answer. Do not, and I'll even put the face in here. Do not say that x equals 18. Don't do it. X does not equal 18. X can be any number. That's why we say there are infinitely many solutions. 18 just happens to be the number that we see in this equation that tells us that no matter what, it's always going to be the same on the left as the right. Okay, so that's the first special case is when we have infinitely many solutions. X's all go away and we get a true numerical statement. Okay, well, what else can happen will come in the form of this next problem. So this one is 2 times 3x plus 5 equals 5 times 2x minus 4, and then there's still a minus 4x out here. So I'm going to take care of my minus signs like that. All right, and we'll start solving it. So I'm going to simplify the left with the distributive property. So 2 times 3x plus 2 times 5. So I get 6x plus 10 on the left. That's simplified. I'm going to distribute on the right. I get 5 times 2x plus 5 times negative 4. And then there's still this plus negative 4x that's out here. We can't forget about that. So I get 10x plus negative 20 plus this negative 4x. unfortunately, we're not done here because I have a 10x and a negative 4x. These are like terms. So I can combine them. I can put the coefficients together. 10 plus a negative 4, those are all going to be x's. Don't forget about this plus negative 20. So I get 6x plus negative 20. Now the right side is simplified. So I'm just going to bring down the left side so that they're all in the same line. And once again, I see that the left variable is the same value, or looks exactly the same as the right variable. So I'm still, if I do a minus 6x on both sides, or a negative 6x on both sides, once again, they always cancel out. But look what happens with what numbers I have. I have 10 equals negative 20. So in this case, no matter what I pick for x, it won't work. It'll never be, the right side will never be the same as the left side. Never, ever, ever. So if we get a false statement, this never works. This never works. No matter what we pick. The other one always works. This one never works no matter what we pick. So there are no solutions to this problem that work at all. And that's what we would write. No solutions that work at all. It's just not going to happen. No matter what I choose for x, it's never going to be, the left side will never be the same as the right side. So those are the two situations. See how this is different? This one, no matter what I choose, the left side always equals the right side. They're always the same. That means we have infinitely many solutions. On this one, no matter what I do, because they cancel out, no matter what I choose for x, the left side is never the same as the right side. So there are no solutions. All right, so let's look at another example of how this might work. And we'll do one more here to see. Those are pretty much the two cases that you'll see where weird things happen. Okay, that's what you'll see. So let's look at this example. I have 6 times x minus 3. Then there's a plus 10, and that equals 2 times, and there's 3x minus 4. All right. Let's go through and change my minuses to plus a negative. And plus a negative, and let's go through and solve. All right, left side, I see parentheses, so 6 times x plus 6 times negative 3. We still have a plus 10 here. 6x plus negative 18 plus 10. Ooh, we're not done yet. I see this negative 18 and this plus 10. Those can be combined together, so I'm going to put these two together, and that makes negative 8. So this side on the left is 6x plus negative 8. And now that's simplified. This left side is simplified. All right, so let's go to the right side, and we'll simplify. And I get 2 times 3x plus 2 times negative 4. So this is 6x plus, that becomes a negative 8. So I'm just going to bring that down so they're on the same level. Some people may see it already. Some people may not, and that's okay. But you should notice that the x's are the same. So if they're the same, then that's when we get one of these special cases. I'm going to negative 6x on both sides, just to be thorough. And I get negative 8 equals negative 8. So if these are exactly the same, all right? Which means it's true. That means it will always work. This is infinitely many solutions. That is our answer. Okay, so this problem has infinitely many solutions. Does not matter what I choose for x. It will always, always, always work. All right. And next, we're going to go to, let's do one more problem, and then we'll be done. Just give you all kinds of examples. All right. So we've got 8 times and then 4 minus 2x equals 4 times 3 minus 5x, and then there's a plus 4x out here. All right, I see a minus sign here. I'm going to make that plus a negative 2x, make that plus a negative 5. Okay, let me draw in my separations. All right, so let's start solving. Simplify the left. Oh, I see more distributive. So 8 times 4 plus 8 times negative 2x. That's 32 plus negative 16x, simplified and done. It's great. All right, so I'm going to go to the right and distribute to get rid of the parentheses. 4 times 3 plus 4 times negative 5x. Then we solve this plus 4x out here on the end. This is 12 plus negative 20x plus the 4x. Well, I do see negative 20 and 4x together, so if I just combine their coefficients, it's negative 20 plus 4, right? So I get 12 plus, that's negative 16x. So I'm going to bring the other side down so they're on the same line, same level. Some of you guys may see it. I've got the exact same variable part, so if they're exactly the same, I know they're going to cancel each other out. But this time I get 32 equals 12. Well, guess what? This is never going to happen. Never works. Never, ever, ever works. Because that's never going to happen. So in this case, there are no solutions. Okay? So when you're in the middle of solving all these equations, remember that sometimes weird things are going to happen. So sometimes it'll solve out just like we normally have. And you'll get x by itself, and you'll get a solution. And if that's the case, give me the answer, the number solution. Sometimes, though, weird things happen. The x's all go away, and you either will get infinitely many solutions when they're exactly the same number, or we get no solution when they're different numbers, okay? So, like I said, sometimes this happens. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just something that we have to keep in mind when we're solving our equations. All right, so go through and rewatch if you need to rewatch. If you need some more help on how to actually solve these types of equations and all the steps involved, go back and watch our variable on two sides, or variable on both sides videos to help you guys out with those. All right, thanks.